Hey, what's up and welcome back everyone to another episode of the Warzone Academy, a series dedicated to helping you become a better Warzone player through in-depth guides and gameplay. In our previous video, we talked about how we can use the new DMR that is incredibly broken and has the fastest time to kill in the game to get a 33 kill solo win. I talked you through my rotations, how I aggressively push using my UAVs, and how I win one-on-one gunfights. Well, in today's video, we're not focusing on one-on-one, we're focusing on 1v4, how to survive solo quad. And I've got a few really good examples in this video where I'm going to be breaking down my rotations, my thought process, and how I'm isolating and picking apart these teams. If you guys enjoy these style of videos, please do me a favor, drop a like on this video, subscribe if you want to see more, and follow me over on Twitch because I actually accomplished this this live training, this live coaching over on Twitch. If you guys want to be a part of all of the live coaching over on Twitch or just catch the gameplay live, that'll be linked in the pinned comment and the description. But without further ado, let's get into today's gameplay. Quick disclaimer, as you guys have likely ran into yourselves, there are some laggy servers in Warzone. So the first couple minutes of this server was really laggy and I was struggling as it was kind of like bouncing around, but it cleans up within the first couple of minutes, and then we have clean gameplay, finessing, and some 300 IQ stuff that we're doing as we're fighting some opponents. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Okay, so biggest thing about this, when we're talking about this coaching video, even if you're not like a solo quads demon, when, you know, if you're just dropping into a game, the average player, even the above average player, isn't going to put them in a situation where we're going to do solo quads. However, there's always an opportunity where you and your teammates are dead that you're going to want to use some of the techniques that I'm going to show you in solo quad. So there's going to be a lot of value for you whether or not you want to go full demon mode. But as usual, I love to land on top of hospital. It's one of the most popular drops in the game right now for really skilled players because there are great rotations out. You get a helicopter and there's a lot of money. And one of the best things is there's a lot of places to finesse. So unfortunate for these guys, but I use the heli strategy to my advantage, knock out a couple kills, and really that's just free things. Not killing AFKers, but yeah, the heli strats stay working. So we've talked about this in the past. You guys know I am a controller player when it comes to solo quads, and there's a lot of reasons for that, but the main reason is, well, I'll break it down here in a moment. Let's break down this gunfight real quick because this is a little bit of a longer conversation I want to talk about. Oh shit. Guys, I talk about it all the time in my YouTube videos. Always trying to reach out your opponents when they're in a piece, like when they're transitioning to an attack, whether they're moving out of cover, whether they're pushing you, and especially through doors. Bomb, man. Right here. This guy starts shooting at me. I get behind cover. I swing out. My goal right there is hopefully he's like mantling over and falling down. He isn't. I duck back in under cover. I shut the door. The door provides two things. One, it provides me an audio cue so I can hear him coming through. And two, it provides me a nice piece of cover. Boom. He opens the door. He still doesn't have a line of sight, but what I get to do is use my tac sprint, because I have auto tactical sprint enabled, to sprint through it. And all he sees is a door flash in front of his face, and if I'm sliding through or I'm sprinting through, he's sometimes can completely lose me. That's what he does. I get a quick gun and knock him out. So, Isaac, controller versus keyboard and mouse. Why are you playing so much on solos on keyboard and mouse? Why are you playing controller so much on squads? The biggest reason is, while I can win individual 1v1s, and I can win 1v4s playing mouse and key, when I'm inside of buildings and things are really chaotic, that rotational aim assist and my ability to stick on targets is going to allow me to kill targets not exponentially quicker, but quick enough that I'll be able to take less damage. But controller, man, it's just, it's too good. It is too good against... He definitely did not say Barcelona. It's too good in close range situations. It allows me to get more kills with taking less damage. So when I'm taking on 1v4s, 1v3s, 1v2s, that damage starts to stack up, and I need as much help as I can get taking players out as quick as I can And those little micro adjustments where I may be off target with a mouse and keyboard is going to cost me in 1v4s, where the rotational aim assist on controller helps me out in squads. One of the big things you see in all of my sniper gameplay, whether it's squads or it's solos, is using that opening snipe to get a pick right there. A lot of times that you'll see, especially in solo quads, you'll see me go for one down, and then I won't immediately thirst him because I'm basically using him for bait, right? Because it's 1v4, right? But then I knock out one player with a knock, and then one other player has to stop for, what, 5 or 8 seconds to get a res. And so now it's basically a 1v2, and if I get another knock, then I get a thirst, and I'm slowly breaking down the opponents, just like my game is slowly breaking right now. Unfortunately, we had a pretty laggy server. That's been an issue for a while, but once you get to about under 100 players, it starts to clean up. Okay.
2 people up high.
So I jump down here. I go and pop a UAV. I want to play aggressive. I see right here these 2 players on the high ground.
2 people up high.
So, wow, there's 2 people up high. I swing over, but then I notice it says 2 people down below, and I don't see them on the rooftop, which means they're most likely somewhere in this complete labyrinth, and I don't want to waste my UAV hunting and hunting and hunting through an entire building.
And they're not worth chasing, they're inside.
It's just not worth chasing. I want to find some people who are completely out in the open, which is exactly what I do when I come over with my heli. Now, I almost died multiple times, and I did die multiple times because of this slow-mo glitch that's happening, including with my heli. Because my heli would, like, teleport forward. It gets a lot better. This is about as bad as it gets through the entire thing. But what you'll notice right here, I win this gunfight because I spot him, get a couple tags. I know he's going to be running back to try to plate. I drop down to take advantage of it, start gunning him, and I'm going for the thirst, and I don't even know his buddy is there. And I just wallbang.
Didn't even know that guy was there.
Basically collateral his teammate.
Oh my god.
And this is bad. You're basically watching this entire video in slow-mo. So, boom. Reload. You'll notice I reload, and especially while it's a laggy server, it says 25. I YY cancel, or triangle cancel. Press square to reload. YY. Jump. Reach out.
God.
And then just continue to just eat all of these lag spikes. Little pro tip: whenever you hear precision airstrike incoming and you're in this building, it doesn't always help, but if you're in these buildings and you hear precision airstrike, get your backs off the side walls and back walls, because sometimes those airstrikes will clip through the building and kill you. So you'll notice anytime an airstrike comes in,
like this?
I'll try to, like, put myself directly in the center and not directly touching the sidewalls to prevent getting wallbanged by the A-10s flying through the air.
Back out.
But I'm really tempted to back out because of how bad it is, but I have 9 kills with 114 left, so I'm just going to keep sending it.
If I wasn't on 9, I would back out. Oh my god.
I'm almost convinced it's a cheat at this point because of how often I'm seeing these laggy servers. That guy had dead silence. I just happened to COD time him. Every time I chow these stairs, I'm always sliding around. Right? So what some people will do when they chow these stairs is they'll run, and then they'll turn, and they'll just continue sprinting straight down. And so they'll be sprinting down an entirely new line of sight in their tack sprint animation. So what you need to do when you're clearing out these stairs, and you'll see it, you build a rhythm, and it's almost like a dance, man. As you hit about here, you hit a slide, and then as you're in this slide, you're continuing to rotate around. But then by the time you get to here, you are stopping, you are tack sprinting, like you're slide canceling, and then you're chowing that corner just to see if anyone's there. What a lot of people do is they just sprint all the way down, get caught in that sprint animation, and get completely gunned. So right there, I just happen to spot him, get really lucky COD timing, and the lag is just atrocious. I'm basically playing this entire game on Microsoft PowerPoint right now because I'm just slide by slide by slide. It's going really slow, but it cleans up here in the later game as the lobby dies out. So, it actually did happen in this video. I forgot. 10 kills, 101 up. I've got $12,000 to my name.
We're good.
It just teleported me. Bro, it just teleported me into the bye, bro! Down bad. Absolutely down bad. But we're in it. For this gulag, I'm going to make an entire dedicated gulag video. But for now, the quick and dirty is when this is here, I like to vault over. Because for some reason, this vaulting animation doesn't make a noise. Like, listen, you won't hear my feet hit the ground. And so other players can't hear you, whether they're challenging aggressive like this guy or they're on the other vault. You can't hear them and get a really easy kill. In classic Verdansk fashion, they're going to spawn me all the way across the map. And I just decide 1 minute later to go all the way across the map. And fortunately, everything is still there on the ground. $8,700. With it being solo quads, with there being a lot of snipers in the map, I'm going to make sure I have a UAV. But more importantly, I'm going to grab that self as well because I don't want a single headshot snipe to ruin my entire game. So, grab a UAV. Grab a self revive.
Request recon flyover. UAV entering the AO.
And I have a really nice chow right here. I'm looking at my radar, trying to figure out where the heck this guy is going to peek from. I don't spot him. I don't spot him. And you'll see him vault up right here. He vaults up right there. I don't spot him yet. You can see. Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes. I'm like, okay, where the heck is this guy? I see this red dot. Okay, I think he's right there. Maybe he's going inside of the shed. I push over, but then I see him vault up. I immediately snap back, get under cover, and while this guy is pre-aiming this doorway that I just came through, I'm going to catch him completely off guard. Kind of like an egomaniac right here. Absolute ego chow. And the Farah fries him. Now, the Farah is still really good, even after running the numbers. I haven't tried it. I'm recording this video pre-Farah nerf or adjust, right? But what they basically did to the Farah was make it to where the chest, neck, and head are still viable. But what I always bragged about with the Farah was the damage that it did to extremities. So we're going to do some videos in the future to see where it lines up. But I think the Farah is still going to be viable. But this is pre-nerf Farah. But this isn't a gun video. This is a technique video. So the gun that I'm using doesn't really matter. I'm seeing a little commotion down there. And I get the best third party of my life. 1 down. 2 down. 3 down. Yeah. With 45 bullets. Go ahead and thirst up some kills because I know I got plenty of time to get into the fight. That guy hit a self-revive. Run in. Clean up a lot of free kills.
Third party, boys.
Those shots right there, you can tell by the direction. See the angle that those bullets are coming through. You may not have been able to spot it. I'll play it frame by frame. You can see the line that these bullets are coming through, so I know this person is shooting me from the roof.
Shit, that is how you third party, boys.
Checking the angle. Checking the heartbeat. I see there are 2 guys, actually, at that angle. Getting loot, but also still checking that angle. I'm not going to be so heads down that I'm going to kill my opportunity, right? Or possibly get caught off guard while I'm looting. Work my way up the stairs with dead silence, trying to push up this ladder before my dead silence runs out, but it just runs out. And so I wait for him. A lot of mistakes that you can make is you get a little bit too antsy. And COD timing will happen to you, man. I hear his footsteps on these rafters, right? You hear him kind of creaking around. So what I decide to do is I wait. I use a very disgusting heady that I have. And what I don't do, and is a rookie mistake I used to make all the time, is get too impatient and then hit a vault animation onto here and then another vault animation onto here, both of which of those he could catch me off guard while I'm vaulting and possibly kill me. Fortunately, take him out. The lobby now isn't lagging anymore, so it's starting to move pretty smooth. I'll get a couple hits here and there, I imagine, but I'm on 16 kills, 76 players left. Already hit the gulag once. Really a big opportunity here for a burner. So, a lot of these gunfights early on, especially while people don't have loadouts, I'm basically fighting uncoordinated teams while they're split up, looting across the map, or ideally solo quadding, playing slow, waiting for them to get distracted with a third party. Here in a bit, I'm going to have a lot more opportunities to fight where it is a true 1v4, and you're going to see how I dissect these fights. This is a really good opportunity right here to see kind of how I play. I decide that guy has a really nice FAR build. I didn't like the OTS build I was using, so I get my own OTS. And you'll notice the progression, okay? So I'm looking at that's UAV the entire time. Look at my eyes. Looking at that UAV. UAV pings again. And look at the progress. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build an idea in my mind of where these people are moving to. And so I spot this player right here, right? That's my closest target. This one's pretty close too, but he's on the high ground. You can see the red arrow right there. And I spot him move. Okay. This player is, I'll put it right next to it. He's right here. Okay. That's where he is. Next location. Okay. Now I know, based off of that, the player has moved from here inside of the building, and he most likely is going to be wrapping towards me. This is where you can get a good opportunity with solo quads to catch the people that aren't playing together. Typically, players will play really tight when they know they're in an oh crap situation. But I'm ghosted. This player's pushing ahead of the pack. And I just pre-aim it, right? I know where his angle is going to be. I don't know if they had UAV or up, but he's like looking for my location. And I get a very easy kill. Right here. I'm thinking his teammate will take the exact same angle, but he actually pushes through, and I hear out of my left ear that door open up.
Be advised.
So I hold my angle. Again, I'm not going to get impatient. I'm not going to get impatient and get out of my vault or like get out of my prone animation and then get up and B-hop over and get into attack sprint where I have to bring my gun back down. I'm thinking, okay, this guy might push. Let me see what I can do. Waiting. The recoil goes straight from chest to head, and that guy gets obliterated from here. Look at that. The second I get this guy down, I'm not even looking at him anymore, right? My eyes go straight to, where is my next threat? This guy's no longer a threat. I don't care about him. I get the thirst. Eyes. Right back to the UAV. Where are my opponents? The last information that I had was that player that's on the high ground is now wrapping around, and this player is in the other lower tunnel where I killed the other player. So here are my expectations, right? We talked about this in previous videos. Always building expectations for what you expect your opponents to do and where you expect them to be. I chow out aggressively. Probably should have chowed out with my FAR, but I guess I had my OTS out thinking this guy could have pushed close. And I spot this player right here. Spot him out there. What I'm not going to do is stand there out in the open, pull out my FAR, and then try to gun him, right? That's too many animations. That's too much time. I'm already behind the curve, right? So I'm going to switch. Or I was going to switch, but then they started pre-firing. Try to get back on top of things. I now no longer have a UAV. I no longer have a heartbeat. And there's a proxy mine that's just going to be really annoying for me. So what I do is I destroy it. And with that audio cue, make them think that I'm in the other lower stairwell. And then I go back to that chow. I'm expecting a long-range player. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to get greedy and go up out into the open, right? Because I haven't cleared off this area. I'm still expecting that player to be out here somewhere. I don't see him, though. And you can kind of see, I got tempted. I got tempted, and my brain was like, whoa, slow it back. I haven't cleared it out, and it actually really paid off for me, because if I didn't hesitate right there, I could have gotten killed.
Nice.
I
knew he was out there.
I even said, like, nice. Like, I knew it. I'm glad I held back. I knew that guy was still out there somewhere, right? Worked my way up the ladder. I hadn't heard anything above me, so I felt a little comfortable pushing up. I'm hearing footsteps down below. This is risky. Frankly, you got to have a lot of confidence in your gun skill to do something like this. I hear the footsteps. I know one guy is outside, so I know this is going to be a 1v1. If I get a stun hit, it's going to be an easy kill. Just so you can hear those footsteps. all those footsteps that are underneath me. I decide, hey, it's a 1v1. The other guy's outside. End up spotting him right there as I'm kind of strafing around. He's holding a really good angle on me. Bold move on his part. He tries to shoot me while I'm in the vault animation, which is actually a really good idea. But the second that he doesn't laser beam me, he needs to attack, sprint down, and get away. He doesn't. And he gets beamed. Now it's a 1v1. 3 of the enemy players are down. And I can hear those footsteps. It most likely sounds like it's literally right next to me. After listening back, it was right next to me. I had time. I could have pushed up. Throw a proximity mine in case he pushes behind me with dead silence. Trying to get some information on my heartbeat sensor because I know this guy wasn't ghosted, right? We had all players on the UAV. So my guess is he's most likely rotated out to the buy. He has, trying to get his teammates back in. I'm taking a piece of cover, right? I'm just picking one side of the roof. And then I spot a player running from right to left down here. Far as an absolute beam. Make sure I get my thirst. And I probably should start looking up in the air to see where someone res to. I'm not even sure if that's the same team. I'm checking my heartbeat again. Looks like the guy that I killed was the one that rezzed. And I just happened to spot someone parachuting in. So, that entire fight, one thing that you might have noticed, not a single time did I expose myself to 2 lines of sight at the same time. Meaning, I had 2 players aiming at me at the exact same time. My goal is to isolate, reposition. Isolate, reposition. Listen to this audio cue as I'm flying in. Glass breaking. And then I see him cross through. It's going to be a little bit tough on YouTube. You can see his body cross through right there. You can also hear him. OTS 9, Peeker's advantage. That guy gets gunned. Target's 24 meters away. Probably. Keep in mind, who did I just kill? Right? I just killed someone wearing a ghillie suit. Right? But who did we see? Who did we see jump in? We saw someone jump in with a rose skin. So I'm still playing conservative. I see, hey, 24 meters. Let me pull out, see where the direction is. Probably. And I even say...
That rose skin, probably.
Rose skin, probably, right? Feel confident with my OTS. Peeking up close. Chowing everything aggressive, like I'm expecting someone to be there. And as soon as I hear that Sigma go off, I'm like, I know this guy's got ground loot. He's going to get gunned. Rushing with my OTS, and he doesn't stand a chance. Boom. Back to the same thing. 22 kills, $8,000. Already have a self-revive. That means I can get double UAV, and that's exactly what I do. I pop one UAV, and I've got the other one held. And I'm just trying to find, okay, I've got no one in promenade area. Let's see if I can get some more kills. Holy crap. A lot of people there. Here's what I do. I get into the car, force my rotation, but you'll notice we're seeing all those people at bank, right? Seeing everyone on that orange mark. But what I decide to do is get out a little bit early, ideally so they didn't see me get out of my car, but also so they don't just automatically like ape me as I'm rolling up. I can't afford in a 1v4 to put myself in a situation where they could peek out the windows and I die. Doing my due diligence.
This lobby is still going in.
Still getting packet loss.
Request recon flyover.
And everyone died.
UAV entering the AO.
You'll notice I see that guy right there, but I'm not confident that I can get him killed. So I'm not going to engage because I still want to have the element of surprise. A lot of people have the habit of taking shots as soon as they see someone, which oftentimes will get you killed because you need to be taking shots whenever you know that you can kill your opponent. Or if you know you've got the closing edge on them, right? Like you can close down on them. So as soon as I hear these guys get into a gunfight, that makes me say, okay, I want to get involved. That means there's most likely ghosted players in there. I want to get in. I want a third party. Normally, I would just sit out there and wait for that guy to rotate out because I thought everyone was dead. I hear him get into a gunfight. I slide around. I crack armor, and I get a couple of hits.
Isaac.
And then I get a couple more hits, and then I get a couple more hits.
What the f***?
How is this guy not dead? And
Be advised.
he hit a jump and a peek. He must have been like a
my
sliver
He
of
was
HP.
invincible.
Okay. Well, you may not have noticed as I was checking my
he was
UAV
invincible.
earlier, and you can also see it right there. I pulled up my big map earlier. There is an entire team. You can even see one of them glide in on the top of the screen. Lot of red dots fighting over there at fire station. So that is my next focus.
Oh, okay.
Looting this guy, try to find a little cache, maybe so I can start
fire station.
stacking
People on
UAVs.
my radar over here.
And you'll hear
There were some people on my radar over here. I see him at fire station.
a lot of people on my radar. They were over here. I thought they were at fire station. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to weaken up the truck for a specific play, right? Because a C4 will kill a truck if the truck is at like 75%. So what I do is I try to throw it right here, and then I try to bait the guy just by shooting my SMG. Look like an absolute bot, right? I'm shooting my SMG at a fully loaded truck with a full team inside of it. Come on, you idiot. Well, my goal is for them to bait and be like, oh, look, solo, push, 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 right? And that's exactly what they do. They literally drive over right where I have my C4s placed. But listen, well, hell, you can see it right there. The trophy system. I'm spamming square twice. I'm trying to blow him up, right? What? Oh my god, the trophy system destroyed him. And so eyes are pinned right now. I'm trying to figure out where this truck is going. And then I see the truck is now vacant. They got out. Now I've got a full team, like, sending me in a truck. So, throughout this entire path, I'm not drawing a straight line towards my next really nice finesse area, which is these stairways. I'm going behind a piece of cover, behind a piece of cover, behind a piece of cover. Cut behind a piece of cover. Cut behind a piece of cover. Inside a nice piece of cover. What I opt to do is not fight the stairway because this zone is moving in. And I also don't want to take the high ground because they can easily shoot me while I'm in the animation of gliding. So I kind of get to an area where I have a little bit more control over the situation. And I'm listening. I spot that guy deep, and as soon as I see that little flare, right, the lens glare, I got to get a couple shots off on him so he doesn't snipe me. And then I just decide, okay, they're a little bit split, right? I've got one guy here. I've got one guy here. I've got one guy in the truck. There's an opportunity for me to reposition and not be caught with the storm on my back. So I decide, let's get the heck out of Dodge. And I just start moving. The entire time, my eyes are locked on what this truck is doing. That truck is most likely picking up his teammates who are coming out of here. And I'm just trying to figure out where's my closest piece of cover inside of the gas where I can finesse. Because not all buildings can you finesse inside of. Some buildings are very awkward to fight. So I'm moving, and I'm just thinking, okay, based off of this right now, first piece of cover, if things got really ugly, I could get inside of the restaurant, right? And I keep moving. Okay, I've got more time than restaurant. I know I can fight. Okay, if things get really ugly, I can dip right now and get into dealership. But what I decide to do is go into one of my favorite buildings to finesse, and it's this square building. Notice, once again, they have a sniper on their team, right? I'm cutting hard to the right, getting behind those porta potties. Always slide canceling, getting inside, cutting to the right. And now I feel comfortable. I don't even care if that truck rolls up on me. Huge sigh of relief. I know I can put in some work here. That's exactly what they do. Truck gets out. My first instinct is to go down and chow them, but then I remember they can pinch me if they take the inside grab. So I zoom up. I try to prevent that from happening. And I COD time the crap out of this guy. I'm waiting. I'm not using all of my ammo to thirst, right? Because I use all my ammo to thirst and the other guy comes up. Then I'll have to switch to my far and it can get dicey. And I also, at the same time, hear footsteps of people above me.
I'm under fire.
So what I do is get myself out of a potential trap, right? If I get stuck in there and they Simtech, C4 me, I'm going to die. Then I have to go down the graph and they could be waiting for me. Go to an area where I can finesse. Like we were talking about earlier. Look at all these. Okay. Boom. Slide. I'm not turning this corner right here and then finding my opponent as I stand right here. I'm sliding down, spinning around, and then getting ready to chow every single time as if an enemy was chowing me right here. Beautiful stick figure. Gustav would be proud. Boom. Chowing. Nope, nothing. Okay, chowing the stairs. And then you can do a pretty ratty spot right here, but it works out very well. Using the sound, using the audio cues. And I'm just waiting. So I got a full loadout team below me. Oops, sorry. I got a full loadout team below me, and I got people camping on the roof, most likely a loadout team as well. So, I play this angle. This guy's actually dead silence pushing me. And by the time that he gets to here, right, he's thinking, oh, this is clear. Because what most people expect is for someone to be standing right at the top of the stairs, you know, aiming their gun. That's my gun. Aiming their gun right down the stairs, right? But that's never gonna... That's not what a good player would do. So you hold what's called an off angle. He doesn't expect it. OTS-9 completely guns him. Even though he's a TTV player with a pretty decent loadout, he gets caught off guard.
You lost the enemy track. In their sights.
Now I don't really know if these guys are above or below. But I know I got 2 people on my heartbeat. Hearing those footsteps, unfortunately, through the railings, you get absolute shaker on controller. You'll see I chow aggressively here, but I hold a close angle, right? So I don't swing through the door. I swing to where I can look into the door, and then if things gets dicey, right, that guy hits some good shots, see ya, I'm gone. He cracks me so fast. Like, let's see when I take my first bullet, right? Okay, first bullet. Okay, so bullet, 1 frame, 2 frame, 3 frame, 4 frame, 5 frame, 6 frame, 7 frame. Yeah, so that's like in less than a second. Like, I get ripped. And I start playing the stair game. Throw down an armor box. And actually leave it right there in case I want to shoot it as a trap. One thing you want to do, though, is make sure whenever you're using these in gunfights, you shoot them out as soon as either you or your entire team has used them, so that way they don't use it against you. I'm playing slow. I still don't know, right? There's a full team in the truck. I don't know if they, like, rotated out to buy them back, or if they're pushing up. I still got to keep an eye on those angles below me. Every time that I take an angle and I don't get a kill, I'm moving, right? Because my opponents are expecting me to be there, and they're most likely going to shoot. And that's exactly what they do. They start shooting exactly where I was. Like, okay, now I'm switching to a different angle, trying to catch them off guard the entire time. Always chowing like we expect someone to be there. Boom. Catch him with the OTS. Start looking for his teammate. Not even worried about the thirst.
In their sights.
Boom. You can see I spot his outline right there. Start pre-firing, basically just chasing hit markers. And take him out. Boom. 27 kills. 9 squads left. Holy... I'm sweating. Sigh of relief. Solo quads is anxiety. All right, looking for opponents, looking for where I want to fight next. I decide not to take the truck because I'm going to show up on everyone's map, basically, that I have a truck. Kind of scanning around, making sure everything's clear. And then ideally, I'm going to have a UAV in my hand. Not seeing anything on any of my scans. This is pretty ambitious to go all the way across the map with a glide. I know I could cut my shoot and finesse at any point. A little risky, to be honest. But pop a UAV, have one in the pocket, and then boom. Where are my next targets? You'll see real quick. I see that. Easiest holds of my life. Rotate over, but I'm not going to chow them, right? In a super open spot. I want to chow them where I have an opportunity to fall back as needed. Like if they have a sniper, I need time to get my self-revive off. I'm just sitting here and I'm scanning. And once again, building that mental image. Okay, this player is out here. Okay, now he's moved into that building. I'm going to start pre-aiming those doors. Trying to be careful though, man, because like where I'm standing, I've got my open side all to olive train. So I decide, nah, I don't like this. I rotate over to the right, trying to find a cheeky angle or somewhere where I can still back up and get out of there as needed. Door opens. Spot him. Fry him down. Pop the UAV. I don't know where his teammates are, but most likely loadouts drop in this area. He probably got ghost from there. So start scanning. Zone is pushing in. Scanning, looking for him, looking for him, looking for him. I don't spot him. And so what I do is I decide, okay, I'm just going to rotate out. But I'm not just going to run straight. I'm going to real quick kind of B-hop and chow those angles just in case he's hanging out inside the gas. You'll notice I have a ping right here, and this ping is there from earlier. Let's see if when I put it up, right? There's a ghosted player. And as soon as I hear UAV out of fuel, I'm like, okay, I got to get a little bit of utility out of this. I want more utility out of my UAV. So I ping this spot right here.
One person on the high ground on that building.
One person on the high ground on that building. A lot of times it's easier to memorize things if you verbalize them. So I'm making that rotation out, checking those angles. Don't see anything. Kind of what I decide is, I really want to push this building, man. But if I push like up these stairs, and then like he's up here and it's really awkward and I can't clear him out, then all of a sudden I only have 2 pieces of exit and he could guard those. It's just really awkward because zone's going to be in my back. There's not really anywhere else I could go. I'm making all these decisions in the moment, right? I just decide, screw it. You know, I want to get the heck out of here. I'll try holding IHOP instead. Checking every angle. Keep in mind, people get ghosted. It's late game. I'm slide canceling, channeling all these, just kind of looking, backing up. We clear. Okay, push. I'm shutting all the doors because doors give me audio cues, even if someone has dead silence. And then I'm pulling out my Farah and I'm checking the high ground. Unfortunately, I don't spot him on heartbeat. That most likely means he got ghosted. And I'm $100 short from a UAV. So I kind of start looking around. I still don't spot that guy. And I just basically decide, he probably rotated out. Oh, yes. Let's go, dude. Find $500. Freaking awesome. That's going to give me enough to get a UAV. And, like, paranoid the entire time that I could get shot. Buy as fast as I can. Pop that UAV. And decide, okay, there's no one close. Especially not that guy that we were worried about on top green. Go in. Get myself a Farah. Pick my OTS back up. Because now I have my personal Farah, not the one that I was using. Shout out Medium for the 5 gifted subs, brother. Appreciate you. It starts going towards where I feel comfortable finessing and where I feel comfortable in a power position. What I decide, though, is not to take the high ground, just because the high ground's a little risky. I kind of screw up there. There is a way where you can vault back on it. That was a mistake. You can see right here, the vault prompt came up. I can get up from there. Right, this vault prompt right there. RTB for resupply. Just trying to get back into cover, because I know they most likely have snipers if you're playing top train station.
Less than 5 to go. Bring home the win.
Try to keep only one door open at a time to limit my exposure.
So bad.
Spot that player up there. Jumping, even though it's costing me some shots, but it might cost him to hit my chest and not my head. And I haven't realized it yet, but I'm going to 1v4.
Oh, shit, it's a 1v4.
And that's where I go and try to get into more isolation. I hear someone sprinting right here.
Oh, shit, it's a 1v4.
And for me, 1v4 and you're pushing me? Dude, easy. I would rather play a 1v4 of people, like, playing aggressive and playing split than a 1v4 of people, like, ratted in a building together.
Gas is inbound.
So, that guy, I hear him sprinting.
25.
I instantly chow, down him, so now it's a 1v3, and he calls me a sweaty fuck. And I can hear a little bit more footsteps.
Oh, shit, it's a 1v4.
Gas is inbound. 25.
I can hear footsteps of someone chowing me, and you can also hear a pre-fire. What I do is I try to get full plates, and once again, I'm trying to use that door animation, thinking he's right on me, but I don't see him. I chow that aggressively, but you'll notice, I'm playing a good player, he shut the door behind him. So I was trying to, like, check that angle to see if he was there. He shut the door behind him. Me, not trying to stay in the same place for too long. Trying to get an angle, trying to figure out where this guy is. And you can't see him here, but what I would deduce is he's hiding behind the counter. And I probably should have checked that closer. Oh, there he is, yeah. I actually did give it a little check. I didn't see that in the moment. He's hiding behind the counter. Gets good shots off on me. And then I need to reposition and plate. My goal right here. Plate up. Full plates right. And I just want a little piece of information. That's the only reason why I'm overextending on this left-hand side. Is my goal right here is not to chow. Right? I'm not trying to chow here. I'm trying to see where he is. I'm trying to see, is he standing right here? Or is he like B-hopping out and is he standing right here? Unfortunately, what this guy does is cameras the ever-living crap out of me. And I have a literal single frame where I can see this guy. Look. Don't see anything. Right there. He's right there. Okay, maybe a couple frames, but fraction of a second, right? 4 frames. I have 4 frames at 60 FPS. Holy. Right? That's all I see. I don't see him. And then I get beamed. Just destroys all of my plates. And so now it's time for something crazy. As I stand up here, I think about rechowing, but then I spot this guy over here coming out. And so my goal, because I know if I swing wide, typically I would swing wide, and I promise you, all of these considerations are happening in my head in microseconds. I'm thinking about crazy chowing right here. That's my first instinct, is to rechow the guy. I know he's going to be chowing me. He's chowing me with a bullfrog. My goal is to just instantly rechow that guy. However, as soon as I see that guy on the bricks, what I decide to do is play more time for the guy behind me, give a little bit of an angle, and ideally I could gun this guy. And if I gun this guy, dude, I could maybe stand behind here. So like, gun this guy, slide cancel around, and just take a gross heady and maybe take this guy out. But honestly, when he pushed me that hard, that's just good players. I messed up taking too much damage. Saw that right there. I literally couldn't see. I messed up taking too much damage. Saw this guy here and wanted to chow him, but I saw the guy here, wanted to chow him, and then get behind here, but these were good players. That's GG's. Oh, man, my hands are sweating. That was a good game. GG's, 1v4 against cracked players, right? 29 kills. And then I have a pretty nice conversation with these guys afterwards.
Isaac, GG's, buddy.
Boys,
Hey,
you ruined the 30, boys.
You killed me off rip, bro. We knew it was you. You killed us on rip.
Oh, no. I heard you. Wait, that was you that called me out at the end, right? Like, sweaty fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Here they come.
Again, fuck.
Hey, GG's, boys. Good plays. Good chows. And so, nice, guys. You can't complain when you lose to a good team of 1v4s, especially when I killed them early game. They're going to recognize my skin. They're going to recognize my name, and they're going to play with passion at the end, especially when I kill the last guy, bro. They're going to be like, oh my God, that's Isaac. And, you know, I'm not like fanboying over myself, but if they know who I am, they know I'm not going to be an easy chow. They're going to chow together. They're going to chow aggressively. And that's what happened. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is a little story on how to play when you're outnumbered, win those 1v4s. And it doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're a solo quadder, but it can play out whether or not your teammates are dying or dead and you're trying to regain. But yeah, really hope that video helped. If it did, please do me a favor, drop a like on this video. If you want to be a part of the action, you want to be here live, little hi YouTube from the family over here on Twitch. That'll be linked in the pinned comment and the description. But keep in mind, ladies and gents, we have a merch drop dropping Friday. So if you want the merch, make sure to stay tuned. I'll be releasing it live on Twitch. It'll be here Friday morning. You'll get a YouTube video for that as well, and keep an eye on all my socials. But most importantly, make sure to join me over on Twitch. We got over 1,000 people right now enjoying this coaching session live, and I can answer any questions while you're here as well. Hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to see more. Peace.